The Alabama Crimson Tide are 14-2 on the season and playing as well as anybody in college basketball. They beat Arkansas 84-69 at Arkansas, and we're joined by their head coach, Nate Oats. Now, Nate, congratulations on the win and welcome to After Dark. This is a game that's tied up at 33 at the half. You outscore Arkansas 51-36 in the final 20 minutes. What changed?
I mean, it was really made a big run there at the end of the game to open it up. But we had to get Brandon Miller going for one. He went from 0 field goal attempts to scoring 14 in the second half. That, got to look at the coaches when.
Yeah, good coaching there.
Yeah, no doubt. Get him 0 field goal.
Draw something up for him.
No kidding. So, I mean, we got Brandon going. Sears was obviously big the whole game, but I thought we started the second half better. We got some stops. Got Brandon a bucket out of the gate. We got built up a lead, gave it up, and then extended it out there to close the game in the last 4.5 minutes or so. So thought we played big road games. We played a tough non-conference schedule. I believe it's the third top 25 team we've beaten on the road. I think Houston was one, and Mississippi State, and now Arkansas. So our non-conference schedule got us ready to play some of these big games in league, and I think our guys, crowd was great. So about 2 minutes, 2.5 to go when they cleared out, and our guys kind of cleared them out there in that about 2-minute stretch from about 5 minutes to 2.5, 3 minutes to go.
You've been gushing about Brandon Miller all year, whether he plays well or doesn't. Like you said, he didn't do anything the first half. He had no field goal attempts whatsoever. How impressive was it that he's not forcing shots, that he's not pouting, any of that stuff? You just don't see it from him as a freshman.
He's really mature. He cares about the team. He knows. I mean, honestly, he kept coming over. Hey, let's run this stuff where he's a screener. Like, they're not going to help off me. Let me set a screen so we can get Sears coming down, or, so he understands that he can do a lot of other things other than score the basketball and help us win. And he's become a lot better screener, and then he got loose. I mean, you can't through the course of 40 minutes just stay glued onto a guy like that's, them gluing onto him. He becomes a screener. He also spaces the floor. The floor gets wide open for everybody else, so you get Sears, Quinterly getting downhill. Aaron Jordan. So the floor opens up if you're just going to stay glued onto a guy like that too.
Nate, what's the one area, as you sort of go through the season, obviously you're just starting the SEC gauntlet. What's one or two things that you really want to see out of your group? Obviously 60% of your start freshmen. And, the way you guys have played as of late has been so impressive, but obviously you want to continue to get better as the season goes on. Is there anything in your mind you see?
Yeah, there's been 2 major points of emphasis here lately. We rebounded it great early in the year, and we haven't been rebounding it well lately. We got to rebound it better. We were tied with them tonight, 37-37, but we were down early. So, we're improving a little bit there, but it had gotten bad over course for a couple of weeks. And then the turnover deal is just kind of our Achilles heel early in the season. Before tonight, we had back-to-back games with single-digit turnovers. So if we can take care of the ball, our defense is getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
So if we can take care of the ball and make teams go against us in half court, get back on defense, give them nothing in transition, like they're not going to be able to score enough points to beat us most of the time if we can rebound it.
Yeah.
Now, when we're turning it over and giving you layups, we don't give our half-court defense even a chance. So the turnovers and then second chance points too, that was our issue. So take care of the ball, start rebounding it better. I think, we're pretty – and then there's obviously a ton of little things you're always trying to improve, but those are the biggest areas we've been talking about.
Man, your length was not yours personally, but the rest of your players – was incredibly impressive.
The Division III level, I had a lot of fun.
Like an alligator on the inside of the 2-3 zone. I just think that watching your guys, I thought Arkansas missed a lot of shots, not because, on Arkansas's behalf, but a little bit because your guys' length, the inability to really take your time around the basket. I just felt like Arkansas was sort of quick shotting the ball up around the basket. And man, it's a credit to the athletes that you got on the team and the type of defense that you employ. And it just, man, it was impressive to see you go into Arkansas and really handle them like you did in the second half.
Our length is impressive. I mean, you're starting Charles at 7 foot, Clowney at 6'10", Trina Miller at
Crazy.
6'9". Yeah, well, your front court 6'9", 6'10", 7 foot, and they, you know, Clowney and Brandon can really move. You can switch with them and move. You know, Clowney had the big block, Brandon had 2 blocks, if I remember right. Like those guys are, and Charles is a presence at the rim. And then, you know, Charles gets in foul trouble, or some teams play shooting fives. We can pull him out. We can play Clowney at the 5, Gurley at the 4. You still got length everywhere. And our guards, Amari Burnett didn't play tonight, and he's got a 6'10" wingspan. So when we get him back, you know, we'll be long too. So Rylan Griffin's got length at the 2 spot. We do have length at most.
No question.
Most of the positions.
It's impressive.
Nate, I've got to ask you, thinking about your journey, 10 years ago, you're a high school coach at Romulus High. And
selling candy.
I had one of my former players here came tonight, Derek Stewart, you know, a little reminiscent, Romulus High. Chris Mack was in my gym trying to recruit my guys.
Trying. That's why I'm here, and you're sitting there with an SEC win tonight.
No. He recruited my guys at Xavier. He did just fine at Xavier. He got everything. He got everything he needed there.
You know, but my question to you is, like, you were a math teacher at one point. You're coaching high school basketball 10 years ago, and then Bobby Hurley notices you, and you come on his staff. Like, when you think about your journey, what's the thing at the top of your mind that sums up how you've gotten to this point with one of the best programs in the country?
Caught a bunch of breaks. Like, honestly, like, there's a lot of really good high school coaches that never catch a break and can't get out. But you got to be ready for your breaks when you get them. So I'm forever grateful to Bobby Hurley. You know, I still got a good relationship with Bobby and Danny both. You know, and they obviously value high school coaches a little more with their dad and stuff. So, but I think when I got up into Division I level and you realize I can coach at this level, we recruited well. We got Buffalo in the NCAA tournament for the first time ever in Bob's second year, and he moves on. So I owe Bobby a lot. And then Danny White took a gamble on a guy that was a high school coach 2 years before and gave me a chance at a head job. So a lot of breaks I had to catch that a lot of guys don't get, but I feel like we prepared ourselves for the breaks and worked hard. And
Nate's being really humble. You know, like I remember going to Romulus High School, asking him what time his workouts were. And, you know, he's like, hey, we're going to start at 5 a.m. I'm like, 5 a.m., right? So I get there, like Nate's the first guy in the gym. You know, he's holding pads. He's teaching kids. You know, he was doing it when nobody was watching. And, you know, he's where he's at, obviously, because of a few breaks. But most guys get there because of a few breaks. But his work ethic and how he teaches those kids are a big part of what he's doing.
Yeah, and I still, honestly, and I appreciate you saying that, Chris, but I still feel like a high school coach that caught some breaks. And I still want to be in the gym. Like, I don't turn summer workouts over to my assistants. I'm in the gym working.
He's in the presidential suite in Portland, so don't let him fool you here.
Listen, I went from crashing on some floors at the Final Four to having a little nicer hotel rooms. All that stuff got a little better. I'm still in the gym working. The workouts don't start at 5 a.m. We got a little better schedule around us now, but we had worked out before school, after school. We had to get players better.
Nate, we know you got to run, so I'm going to leave you with this. I know this is a hard visual, but picture the 17-year-old Jeff Goodman. Would he last longer in your math class or a basketball practice?
He would not make it through a basketball practice. I think he's smart enough, though, based on where I was at. He'd be all right in the math class. At least algebra 1 and geometry. I don't know about the statistics because I got to explain a lot of statistics to him occasionally.
Hey, I know you shoot a lot of threes, and threes are worth more than 2.
A lot more. More teams should shoot more threes, but let's keep them shooting long twos. I like it better that way.
All right, you better run. They're going to leave without you on the
no, that plane. I know I got to get on that plane. I'm out, fellas. Appreciate you.
See ya.